Hello. This topic is very, very sensitive for me. It really, really is. And it's just a deplorable part of the disorder that they inflict upon us, the victims of the disorder. It is unforgivable behavior. It is, I think, the worst thing that they can do to their victim. Of the grand scheme of things. Now, love bombing's pretty bad because that's where they draw us in. And if they didn't do that, we wouldn't be here to be made to feel insane later. So that's pretty bad too. And you're blindsided and you don't know what's coming and you're standing there innocently thinking you're safe. That's pretty bad, don't get me wrong. But making somebody feel insane on purpose sounds like when you were little kids. I did that on accident. You did it on purpose. But you know what I mean. It's purposeful. They make you feel insane on purpose. And there's a lot of different ways they can do that. It is all calculated. They manipulate you to feel insane. And there's many reasons that they do that. Okay, let me back up. Let me explain. First of all, when there's an indiscretion, say they cheat on you, right? Let's just call it what it is. They cheated on you. In whichever way you define cheating. They betrayed you to the point that it's cheating in your opinion. Okay, fine. I have said this before and I'll say it again. There are couples that are non-disordered that go through infidelity and then they go through therapy and then they find out what was wrong and they repair and then they live long, happy lives together. That can happen. I don't fault anyone. That's between two people. If it's just the cheating part, that's between two people. I don't know what you were like as a husband. I don't know what you were like as a wife. Okay, one of you had an indiscretion. You go, you work it out, you live happily. That can happen. That's not what we're talking about here. The cheating happens. You discover it, you approach them, they lie about it. So far, we're even normal. I think even a non-disordered person's first reaction would be to lie. The part with the narcissist that makes you insane is the gaslighting. It comes from a movie in the 40s with Ingrid Bergman, and he made her feel crazy for even thinking or asking or questioning or believing the things that she knew were true. Now wrap your brain around that, because if you haven't experienced it already, it's coming. You're going to see something, you're going to know it. You say it, he denies it. You say it again because you know it. I saw you with her. I saw you with him. Nope. The old Eddie Murphy comedy sketch. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. He made it into a comedic thing back in the 80s. But that's essentially what they do. And they will, the more rageful they get rageful in an attempt to prove that they're being honest. They get rageful in an attempt, in their mind, their rage is indicative that they're not lying to you. How dare you think that? What do you think I am? How can you be? You're psychotic. You're insane to think that. Look at yourself. Get a hold of yourself. Why would I do that? Why you think I would do that? They'll swear on anything. They'll swear on things that they shouldn't be swearing on. And they'll make you doubt what you saw with your own eyes. What you found with your own eyes. What you read with your own eyes. What you overheard with your own eyes. What you watched him do with your own eyes. They'll deny it. And they will make you think you're crazy, and then, this is a great part. This is really, really funny. This is really a double insidious part that they do. If your behavior then turns insane because they're making you feel insane and then you get rageful back, they take that as demonstrative of how much you care for them. Look at you. My narcissist said that. I don't know if you love me so much or hate me so much, but look, he had a rise out of like how upset I was getting. He thought that meant, look how much you care for me. They like that. You're showing them how upset you are. They get a charge out of that. That feeds them. To me, when they present they present their conviction as truth, don't let that confuse you. If they're sitting there trying to convince you and telling you you're nuts and swearing up one side and down the other, and don't take their conviction and trying to convince you that you're as truth. You know what you saw. You know what you found. I wish I didn't get so insane. I wish that part, because I don't like what it did to me. I wish I had just stated what I found, told them I knew it was true, disregarded any rageful fits on their part, disregarded how crazy they were making me think I was, disregarded them trying to tell me I was psychotic. I wish that I had just stood my ground calmly and didn't allow myself to get so upset. Because we really do make ourselves crazy. We really do get all twisted up. And there's the yelling and the screaming and the hollering. And then the tears and the exhaustion and the up all night and trying to talk to them for 6 hours. And they're trying to tell you that you're crazy for the entire 6 hours, while their phone is going off and they're having a text conversation with the very person that you caught them with. In between, while you're fighting, you run to go to the bathroom or something and they're texting that very person. That's how insidious they can be. Yet they're still, when you come back and sit on the couch, they're still going to try to convince you that you're nuts. They're still going to try to convince you, nope, I didn't do that. They make you insane on purpose because they get a charge out of that. And the other way that they can do that, of course, is with triangulation. That's when they try to make you jealous with a third person. My narcissist used to show me his phone. Look, she's emailing me. Look at this one. You shouldn't even be having those conversations, or you shouldn't even be having somebody emailing you. Are you in a relationship or not? But they'll do that on purpose because they want to see you get jealous. They want to see you fight for them. They want to see you hurt. They take it as evidence that you care for them. They like controlling your emotions. So right now, they want you to feel bad. So they're going to triangulate you. Once you're upset, they want you to feel better. So they're going to try to love bomb you out of it, out of feeling bad. It is a very delicate, emotional operation while they're lying and they're cheating and they're gaslighting and they're triangulating. All of it makes us insane. And they want us to get that way, because then we've shown a flaw, and maybe somewhere deep down inside it makes them feel okay for mistreating us. Maybe. I don't know. Comment. Tell me what you think. I mean, if you're trucking along in the love bombing phase and all is well, they have to kind of cause some trauma and drama in order to make themselves feel they always feel justified. But the minute you act insane, I bet if you just remain sweet as pie and you're a conformist and you don't say a word to them and you never question them, they'll probably carry on behind your back and never get to where they have to make you insane, because you're not challenging them, you're not giving them any problem, right? The minute you challenge them and then before you know it, you're acting insane, there's a justification more so than they already feel from their grandiose persona that they carry. But they feel, I think maybe they feel okay about it. Well, look how she got. Or something. Heck if I know. I'll never fully understand this disorder because I just can't imagine that there are people on the earth that hurt people on purpose, that get a charge out of hurting people on purpose. Don't allow your narcissist to sell his rageful behavior towards you to prove that he's right, to prove that he's being honest, to prove he's not lying. You know what you know. I don't care if they do backflips of rage. You know what you know. They were caught. If they're coming clean because they were caught, that's not the same as coming clean. My narcissist used to say, well, I came clean. No, you were caught. And I wouldn't let it go for weeks and weeks and weeks and tortured you until you came out with it. That's not the same as coming clean. Stand your ground. Do not let them make you insane. Try not to let them make you behave insane. I did. Yelling and screaming and hollering. I sure did. You get all sweaty, you're crying. It's a terrible state to be in. That's not the Zen I try to achieve in my life. And I can't believe I allowed him to get me there. I can't believe I allowed him to get me to that insane place. You know, the triangulation, the gaslighting, the cheating, the lying, the stealing, people lose money with these narcissists. They will come at you in any way possible and then tell you that you're insane for believing what you're challenging them that you found. The most that I could say is stand by your convictions. Don't put yourself in danger. If you're with a dangerous narcissist, there are people that get physically harmed. Please don't put yourself in danger. Please, please, please. But stand by your ground calmly. This is what I would recommend to myself 2 years ago. I wish I had remained in a calm state. I wish I remained unbothered. I would love to do it again and be unbothered, because that would make them insane, right? Oh well, I guess we're not what I thought we were. Goodbye. They wouldn't know what to do. I fed his narcissistic needs for so long because I played ball. Yeah, it was a cycle. Yep. Love bomb, triangulate, get insane, fight. Love bomb, get me back into a good place, gaslight me, get insane, fight. Love bomb me, get me back into a comfortable place, cheat, lie, gaslight again, get insane, fight. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. And you can't help get insane. You can't help it. How can you not? Somebody's telling you you're nuts, and you end up going, what do you mean? I see it. I mean, that's how it's even worse than that, the way I got. Because I was flabbergasted that somebody would do this. I was floored by the behavior as much as I was hurt personally inside by his behavior towards me. Part of my insanity was, I can't believe you're acting like this. I can't believe anybody would behave this way. I can't believe you're doing this. So that was part of the insanity that I was feeling, was in absolute disbelief at what I was seeing and watching what was coming out of his mouth and how rageful he would get in an attempt to sell that as he's being truthful. Oh, so you're so mad that now I'm supposed to take that as that's supposed to prove to me that you're not lying. Don't fall for that either. And don't fall for them. Try not to fall for them making you get insane. It's part of what they're looking to do. They take the insanity that you're showing them, like I said, as proof that you love them, as proof that you're still in it, as proof that you still care. And they get a hit of narcissistic supply off that behavior that you're showing them. Of course they do. They controlled you into behaving that way. They manipulated you into behaving that way. That's what they're after. They like the power of making you behave and feel a certain way. Whether they're making you feel great, whether they're making you feel afraid, whether they're making you feel sad, whether they're making you feel insane. They make us feel insane on purpose. It's really one of the most evil parts of the entire disorder, in my opinion. Because to play with somebody's mind like that and make them feel off kilter can really, really mix you up for your own. Because then you go through life and you're like, well, wait a minute, what else am I wrong about? Wait, is he right? And you start to believe them, or you hope to believe them, or you want to believe them. And then you start looking at other aspects of your life. And you end up feeling completely off kilter. Try to maintain your composure would be the best thing that I could possibly say to you. And it was impossible for me. So I understand where you are. If somebody had told me, just try to relax, try to maintain composure, I don't know that I ever could have. I got so mad. But now I think the new me, if you put this educated now person in that spot, now I would talk to him differently. And I would say something like, that's not going to work. This is over. I'm done. What do you mean? I went on for months and months and months. Now I would say, that's not going to work. I know what you're doing. I recognize it. I've learned about this. I know people like you. You're trite. You're common. You're regular. That would kill a narcissist to hear that they're regular because they think they're fabulous and the most special person on the earth. That grandiose opinion they have of themselves. Now I would say, no, I'm not insane. I'm going to maintain my composure. Get your toothbrush and go. What do you mean? No, go. Goodbye. It would be very calm now. Now that I'm educated. Back then, nobody could have told me either. But that's why I'm trying to save you. I don't want you to get yourself nuts. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to make it better or different or change the truth of what you know is the truth. Don't give them what they want. They're doing it on purpose. That's what I would try to say to you.